That literally made no difference. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games and board gamey things. Today I am here to bring you another pumped up Kickstarter. And today's game is going to be Cargo Empire from Moa Ideas Games. This video was sponsored by Moa Ideas Games, so thank you to them for sponsoring this video. You may recognize that publisher's name because we have done one of their games before, and that game was called Ataria. So same publisher, totally different game. As per usual with the previews, I am going to give you an overview of Cargo Empire, and then I'm going to get into a few talking points and see whether or not this game is for you, and that's what we're here to do today. So let's jump into that overview, shall we? Woot woot! All aboard the overview train. Get it? Because of trains. This is a land full of bold merchants, sprawling transport networks, and the ever-rising promise of power, legacy, and wealth. Welcome to Cargo Empire, where you wield the power of commerce to strategically construct networks and transport precious cargo across a captivating continent on the cusp of the industrial age. There is only one action in this game for you to master: the art of transporting cargo. Gauge market demand, plan logistic routes, and build new trading posts to carve out your network across the land. Prepare to embark on a journey like no other. Seize the crown and shape history in Cargo Empire. All right, and we're back, and now the game has magically appeared behind me. Don't you love it when that happens? So Cargo Empire is a game about transportation and kind of building up industry. The game is played over 3 rounds. Each of those 3 rounds has 2 phases, the action phase and the upkeep phase, keeping things very simple. And so you're probably like, well, what happens in those phases? Boy, am I glad you asked. So in the action phase, there is one thing that you can do, and that is transport cargo. Now, obviously, it's not just as simple as picking up cargo and taking it somewhere else. No, of course, there's going to be some nuances to how you can transport the cargo, where you can go, all of these different things. But there's only really one action you can take: transporting cargo. So it does keep it pretty simple that way. So in this game, there's a map, and the map is full of different cities, and each of those cities have different types of cargo that you can move. This is essentially a pick up and deliver game. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to build trading posts. So on your turn, as you're transporting cargo, you're going to pick up cargo from one location of a specific color, and then you are going to find a target city where you can drop that cargo off in an unoccupied demand space of the same color. Pick up, beep up, deliver. So there's a few different transportation modes that you can do in order to move the cargo, and those different transportation modes kind of move and allow you to do things and kind of get to different places in different ways. But you have wagons, you have ships, and you have trains. And they move kind of very, I guess, thematically. Like a wagon would be not as quick as a train, as an example. So a wagon, you can move a cargo through one land route, right? You wouldn't be able to move a wagon through the ocean. Wouldn't make any sense. So for a train, you can move through 1 or 2 land routes because trains are faster than wagons, right? And with a ship, you can move cargo from a port city to another port city, okay? Port cities are obviously the cities that are on ports, like on the water. So once you do that, then you're going to be placing a trading post, okay? Trading posts are what we need to get out into the different cities in order to develop the city, because you're not just moving cargo, you're also trying to progress the city forward, you know, onward to the future. Allow things to develop and make them better. That's industry and stuff. So basically you're putting out the trading posts, and then once a city has 2 trading posts, you actually get to move those off and flip the city tile over, and then it's kind of on an upgraded side. And you can do that twice. Once a city's been upgraded again, it is removed from the board. as you're doing these different deliveries and upgrades and putting out trading posts, you're also getting rewards. There's city rewards, there's transportation rewards, there's perfect upgrade rewards. So you are getting different kinds of rewards. And there are also different goals that you're trying to achieve. So there are goal cards, there's development bonuses, all these things. So there's a lot going on in the action phase. This is essentially the meat and potatoes of the game. It's where you're doing all of the movement and the transporting and all of that good stuff. And then we're going to move into the upkeep phase where, you guessed it, we're doing a little bit of upkeep. So the first thing that you do in this phase is you're actually ranking vehicles. So there's a track called the development track that you're going to be moving different vehicles along. So everybody's going to have a little ship, a little wagon, and a little train token that are going to be moving along this development track. So you're going to rank players based on where they're located on those tracks. And this is essentially what's going to help you determine turn order for the next round. So if you're the winner for the wagon track, then you're going to be put on the wagon icon in the turn order section, and then you're going to receive a wagon card. Same for the ship, same for the train. And that's kind of how the turn order is going to go. So it'll be whoever is highest up on the wagon is going to be first in turn order the next round, then the train, and then the ship. So that's kind of how that turn order is working. And then you're adding those transport cards to your hand because, well, you need transport cards in order to transport cargo. So you're going to do those two phases 3 times, 3 rounds, and then it's going to be the end of game and you're going to determine scoring. So whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game is going to be the winner, and there's a few different things that you track in order to calculate those victory points, basically. So you're going to be looking at your development track, you're going to be looking at level 3 cities, you're going to be looking at city cards and goal cards in order to determine who has the most victory points. So that is essentially Cargo Empire in a nutshell. Now, of course, there are a lot more like little nuances and little rules, so I definitely encourage you to check out any how to plays, any playthroughs, and any other full reviews to kind of determine whether or not this is the right game for you. I do want to mention it does play solo, so that could be a benefit for you. Now let's talk about who is this game for. If you are a fan of pick up and deliver games with simple rule sets, yet with slightly more kind of complex strategies in order to optimize points, this could be a good game for you. And I say that because I definitely think the rule set is relatively light. However, in order to optimize every route, all of your goal cards, think about what everyone else is doing, what's coming next. How can you, determine if there's the right kind of cargo here in order to get here, and do you have the right transport card? So there's a lot of strategy and a lot of kind of almost brain puzzling that goes into this game. So easy to learn, hard to master. If that's the type of game for you, perfect. If you like train games, it's not specifically a train game because there are different modes of transportation, but it definitely gives those same kind of vibes. That's something that you're into, check it out. So who is this game not for? If anything I just said is something that turns you off, then maybe this game isn't for you. There could be a few little fiddly bits with all of the different city tiles and the cubes and the posts and stuff. So if you feel like you get overwhelmed by lots of little bits and bobs, then maybe this isn't for you. But that is a little bit more about Cargo Empire from More Ideas Games. Now, if it's something that you think you might be interested in, please check the description below for any links and anything to the Kickstarter. Definitely go check it out. As I mentioned before, do all of your research, watch some how to play, some reviews, some playthroughs, anything that's out there to see whether or not this game is a good fit for you. If you are interested in buying board games, not this one's going to be on Kickstarter, but other board games, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store, and for us, that is the Boardroom Game Cafe. If you like snacks, check out MunchPak. I bet MunchPak, they do pick up and delivery, They pick up the stuff and they deliver it right to your house. Snacks from around the world. Kind of like in Cargo Empire. See, everything connects. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. And now I say goodbye. Goodbye.